Hi, Jelly here with another nail polish video. Today I'm going over all the manicures that I wore in the month of April. I have 10 manicures on my right hand to share and 7 manicures on my left hand, and I used a total of 30 different polishes between all these manicures. A lot of them were Skittles, which is why the number is so high. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first manicure I wore in April on my left hand was from my brand Prickly Pear Polish, a Stargazer Lilies. This is still one of my favorite polishes that I've made. I have had this idea for a while. I don't know how to fix it, but for some reason with glitter polishes for me, after they've been open for a while and they've had a chance to settle with air coming back in, the glitter does seem to all stick to the bottom of the bottle and does not want to move. If anyone has any tricks on how to do that and fix it, that would be great. Turning it upside down can help a little bit, and it can with all, as well as aggressively shaking before use, but most of those glitters are cemented to the bottom, and it's not like that just for my polish, it's with that for other glitter polishes I have as well. Then for my first manicure on my right hand in April, I did a Skittle with the 2 polishes I got from Polish Pickup back in March. The first one is from Graceful Nail Polish, which is called Rainforest Raindrops. I know I mentioned this in the haul video, but I ended up literally gasping when I saw the pictures of this. This is such a beautiful green. It has just some angles of blue at more extreme, maybe a little bit of yellow. And then on the other hand, I have Zombie Claws Don't Save It for a Rainy Day. And this one, because that base pink is so sheer, it does take at least 3 coats to build up to opacity. And you can still see a little bit of nail line, but it has so much of those flakes in it that it does hide it. It's also glow in the dark. It does not hold its glow very well, but I heard that is common with red glow in the dark pigment. But I did manage to get a picture of those 2 fingers after holding it to one of my lights for like a good 2 minutes. Then on my right hand, I changed it a few days later just because I wanted to get some more swatches of my polish Lavender Buds from my brand Prickly Pear Polish. I forgot to take bottle shots though with this hand, but it's also my right hand, so I normally don't do it. And I just wanted to show Lavender Buds in a different lighting. I really like the fluorescent fake light that they use in schools. I don't know what it is, I just feel like it makes polish really glowy, even though I do prefer that natural light like I showed with my other right hand picture. Following that polish, I then did a Skittle manicure using by Danny Vienna Speckled Me collection. That collection consists of the 5 colors that you see on my nails, which is the Speckled Me orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. I wanted to do them in the order that I felt would give the most Eastery appearance, and I'm really happy with how it came out. I really love these formulas. The green is the only one that's really super sheer, and you can get away with all of them in 2 coats, though you might need a thicker 2 coat for the green in order to make it opaque. But I do believe I did all of those nails in 3 coats just to make sure that all of them had the same equal amount of coats on it. Then on my right hand, I switched it to another Prickly Pear polish, this time Prickly Pear Blossom. This one is one of my thermals that is released at the time of this video. I really love this one, how it shifts from the orange to the yellow. It is intentionally sheer, so if you do not want the visible nail line, I would strongly recommend wearing a blurring base coat under it just to hide that, because especially in that warm yellow state, it will show your visible nail line, especially if you are not wearing a blurring base coat, but it is supposed to be an intentionally sheer thermal as well. This next one I thought was pretty fun. It is a Skittle. On my thumb, I have a England's Clyde. On my index and middle finger, I have KB Shimmer's Daffodil with it. And on my ring and pinky finger, I have Orly Metamorphosis. If you have not grabbed a bottle of Orly Metamorphosis, I cannot recommend it enough. My photos do not do it justice. I do believe wearing that orange shirt did wash the color out a little bit, and I'm not smart enough, or at least right now, to be able to color correct photos. Again, recommended. Such a great formula, such a pretty color. It does dry down a little dull, so do keep that in mind. This next polish will never see an official release. This was a gift for my sister-in-law after she had to put one of her dogs down. It was time, and this polish was in memoriam to her dog, and it's called Doodlebug. I'm not sure how I feel about this manicure. When I first originally swatched it on the swatch stick, I really liked it. Maybe I shouldn't have done the top coat for it, but this was a jelly sandwich manicure done with Orly's liquid vinyl, Cupcake Polishes Lilac Haze, and Orly's collab with Kelly Marissa Smoke Jelly. Like, maybe I just did the jelly layer a little too thick, or maybe I needed to do a thicker base layer. I'm not sure what, but I did like how it brought the flakes out. I'm not sure that I ended up being happy with putting the jelly on top of it. I would have to do it again. Then on my right hand, I have a polish from my own brand, Prickly Pear Polish. This one is Prince of Peace, and it is part of my Spring 2023, Easter 2023 collection. It is available in my shop. None of my polishes are currently limited time releases. I am able to restock them if something sells out. Even if you are not interested in buying today, please take the time to look, share the link to the shop with your friends. It would really mean a lot to me. On my left hand, I then ended up going for a green manicure. I got KB Shimmer's Change of Plants as a gift from one of my coworkers who loves nail polish just like I do. I find it so adorable that she remembered me just mentioning in passing that I wanted to get this one, but I had chose to only get Daffodil with it because that's what I could afford at the time. And so she ended up giving me this one as a birthday gift, and it was super sweet of her. Then to go with Change of Plants, I put on my other hand Prickly Pear Polishes Grass and Daffodils. This was the other polish as part of the Easter part of my Spring 2023 collection. This one is a little bit on the thicker side, but it is a beautiful two-coater, and it is packed with those gold flakes. My bottle has a little bit more gold flakes than other bottles because mine was a prototype that just needed that small adjustment, but even with that small adjustment, it is still super packed. And after looking through old photos on my phone, I ended up finding the very first picture I took of Pampered Polishes Extractive Llama. While KB Shimmer is technically my first indie brand, I consider Pampered Polishes my actual true first indie brand just because they are a lot smaller. My husband knew KB Shimmer before I was even introduced to it, so while KB Shimmer is a more indie brand, they are on the bigger side, while Pampered Polishes is on the smaller side. Here's also a small comparison photo so you can see the difference between the first time I did it and that manicure as well as that most recent manicure, and you can just see how much I've improved. I also think part of the reason why there's a little bit of a color difference is the camera and the lighting that they were taken at. I had an older phone at the time, but I do not have that phone now. I have a different phone. This manicure was part of a nail polish collab I did on Instagram. It is hosted by Polished Opinions. The theme for that one was grayscale gradient monochromatic with music notes on top of it. This was the very first collab I ever did on Instagram with other nail polish people, and I just had to do it. I am a music ed major. Music has always been an important part of my life, and if you can guess the song that's on my nails, leave it in the comments and I will let you know if you're right or wrong. While I had that on, I wore I'm the Only One from Pampered Polishes on my other hand. This one was part of one of her one batch releases back in December. I'm so sad I waited so long to wear this polish. It's just so cute. I do see what she meant in her video about how she should have added more bar glitter to it. I felt like that would have made it a lot more fun. But I also know from what I've seen on other people's videos that a lot of people tend not to like bar glitters, which I think is really strange. They are very unique and very cool. But yeah, this one just has such a nice sticker feel to it. I really wish that the Winnie the Pooh collection would be a regular collection for her, especially with how fast almost all, if not all of them, sold out. A first for my collection is Parrot Polish Versatile Lady. I had my eye a little bit on Parrot Polish for a while, and then when I asked followers on Instagram what brands that I should try, I was recommended Parrot Polish. I ended up getting this one, and I really, really love it. It's a magnetic, it's this nice maroon burgundy color, and it has just a nice little touch of scattered hollow sparkle in it. And when you do the magnetic effect, I love that it just leaves a black line, and it makes it look like super, I don't, well, it's a good way to describe it. It makes it feel, I don't know, like edgy, but still being like super put together. To go with this beauty, I have an upcoming polish for Prickly Pear Polish. I won't give too much details about it, but just keep your eyes open and peeled. And the last manicure I have is a Disney manicure. It has been a while since I've gone. I'm always planning to go to Disneyland. If any of you want to buy my polish to help me get to go to Disneyland, that would be great. But this one is done with Orly's Written in the Stars, Toko Toucan from Allergy, as well as Serendipity from Orly, and Straight Up Black for the lines. And then I used Moyu teen stamping plates that I got off of Etsy as well. And here are all my manicures put together. Which one was your favorite? What colors do you have? Do you have any of these polishes? I personally really loved Stargazer Lilies from my brand. That is one of my favorites. I also really love Extractive Llama. I don't use it very often just because like Pampered polishes are generally one batch releases and it's very hard to get restocks of it. But if she ever brought back this specific collection, the Llama Face collection, I'm going to buy a backup bottle of this. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. If you want to see when I'll next upload, now that I'm on summer break and finally on the tail end of, hopefully the tail end of being sick, I should be uploading slightly more frequently. And then ring that bell to get notified on when I am able to pull up a video. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!